What's up, y'all? My name is John Hughes. I've been wanting to make a podcast for a very, very long time. Um, I don't really have the topics that I need to really like talk about certain things at the moment, but I wanted to make at least a starting video and get a little information out there, stuff about me, where I've been, where I come from. I grew up in Lorain, Ohio. I was a badass little kid, bad, horrible, acted a fool. Had friends that were just as bad. We terrorized the streets for a long time. I was a BMX rider. I was a sponsored BMX rider. I traveled, went to contests, would film videos, would just do the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like I had a lot of fun doing that. I did that was my dream, was to do what I was doing. I was living my dream, but it wasn't really enough. It wasn't paying like these NFL players and shit like that. Like I was still broke. I was broke my whole damn life. I was broke growing up. I came from shit. You know what I mean? I'm still broke. Fucking mean. Like ain't really too much going on. Like I want to see a couple M's and I want to fucking start a business and I want to make a clothing line. I really want to make a clothing company to like merch. You know what I mean? I want to make clothing and I want to find young skateboarders and BMX riders on Instagram from just that come from shit that are good at what they do. You know what I mean? And I want to just send them some motherfucking clothes and stickers and give them a reason to want to keep doing what they do. Like when I was getting sponsors and getting clothes in the mail and shit like that when I was growing up, that shit fucking pumped my head up and made me want to just go and ride and film and take pictures in these clothes and tag fucking the company and get just help them help me. You know what I mean? Like that was one of like my favorite things when I was riding bikes, is just seeing the support come in. Like I wanted nothing more than to get sponsors and get my name out there and to when people were sending me things and they were recognizing me for my skill, there was nothing better. That's a young skateboarder, BMX rider's dream, is to get a company behind them. You know what I mean? And that's really like my main goal, is to make some cool ass shit and just send packages and get them to promote me, and fucking we can all lead together. I want to have a team. I want to help kids continue doing what they're doing so they don't do what I did. Like I was real good. I was one of the best people. Like I don't think there was a better rider in my city. You know what I mean? And there's hella riders in every city. Like there's definitely people better than me. I wasn't the best in the world. You know what I mean? But I was good. You know what I mean? I did my thing. Like I filmed and I fell and I sweat and I cried and I bled. You know what I mean? Like that was my life. And I started partying. I started drinking. And I never seen a problem with drinking because I didn't wake up in the morning shaking, wanting a beer. You know what I mean? I woke up in the morning like, man, where are we riding today? Like, who is the camera charged? Like, can we film, or are we about to just go fuck around? What skate park we going to? And then halfway through the sesh, it'd be, all right, so what time does that party start? Or whose house are we going to? And can I invite them? And can these girls come? Or can my homies from the city come? Like, it got crazy. And partying led to drugs, and drugs led to prison. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I knew I was gonna end up in prison eventually. Because the way I wasn't gonna change my ways. I didn't see a problem with my ways, but I knew my ways was illegal. You know what I mean? I was selling weed and some drugs, and like, It only takes getting caught with some drugs to go to jail. You know what I mean? All it takes is getting caught one time with some drugs in your pocket. You're going to jail. You might not stay there for a long time, but you're getting arrested. You're gonna go to court. You know what I mean? So I ended up messing around with Percocets when I was like 21, 22, and that's when I really got introduced to fentanyl and the effects fentanyl has on people. Like, that shit's crazy. That shit, it took about 2 days for me to wake up the next day and not have no pills or no fentanyl and to be deathly sick. Like, I was, at that point, an addict. I was addicted to fentanyl. And there wasn't really much I could do about that. It was either find a way to get high or stay sick for a few days, and I wasn't strong enough to be sick for a few days. It was not even a choice for me. It was, I'm gonna figure out a way to get high. And I started middleman and shit, and you know what I mean, I maintained well. I made some money, I bought a car and all this stuff, but by that point I was so far gone. I was living out of hotels, still going out drinking, getting kicked out of bars, passing out in my fucking car outside the bar because I'm so high. Like, it was bad. And then one day I'm sitting in my hotel room. Yeah. Why, you want to be on it? Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting in my hotel and I'm with my girlfriend at the time, and my mom calls me. And she's been calling me all morning, but I was asleep, I didn't know. And I finally answer, I'm like, hello? And she's like, you fucking idiot, blah, 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 freaking out on me. And I'm like, man, what the fuck, what'd I do? So she's like, the U.S. Marshals just left my house, you better get the fuck out of your hotel room or you're going to jail. And I'm like, what? All right. So I jump up. As soon as I jump up, I hear a thud in the hallway. I'm in a hotel room, you know what I mean? There's a hallway. I hear a thud. And I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, that was a gun. She said, that was a gun. And I was like, that was a gun hitting the wall. I was like, there's cops outside our door, watch. And I walk up to the people, and as soon as I put my eye to the people, on the other side of the fucking people was 3 U.S. Marshals with ARs. Get the fuck out of the room. I'm like, oh no. So me being me, I'm grabbing the little latch and I'm just slowly trying to shut it so if they open the door, it won't open all the way. And it like snags, like it's like this close to touching the door, and it like stops. So I put a little bit of pressure on it and it ding. Boy, that door flew off the hinges so fucking fast when they heard that noise, man. It was literally insane. They get down, there's 8 laser pointers on me. I'm like, oh shit. I'm on the ground like this. Like, the fuck do you want me to do? I'm caught. I'm caught. So, long story short, they take me to jail, and I get a personal bond for my charges because I never missed no court. The charges were already kind of fucked up. They were overcharging me, and the judge seen that. They're like, all right, we're gonna give you a personal bond, but I'm honestly now I think that they just knew what was about to happen, so they were like, fuck it, just let him think he's getting out, because as soon as I got a personal bond, the next day at 10 a.m., they're like, Hughes, pack it up. And I'm like, lit, I'm out. Give all my commissary to my peoples and shit. I walk downstairs and they have my clothes in a bag that I came in, and they're like, oh wait, never mind, you can't have these. And I'm like, so y'all want me to just walk out naked? Like, I will, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to stay here, but I'm confused. And they're like, no, the FBI is coming to get you, you're going to the feds. And I was just immediately like, deflated. I was like, man, what do you mean the FBI is coming to get me? And they were like, I mean what I said, the FBI is on their way right now. They're taking you to Cleveland to process you, and you're probably going to Youngstown. And I was like, I knew nothing about jail. You know what I mean? I ain't know nothing about the feds and the FBI. I knew a bunch of my friends that went to state prison and they left from county jail. Like, you know what I mean? They got sentenced and they rode out to jail. I'm like, what? I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck is the feds? Like, this shit's gonna be nuts. And I was completely right. The fucking feds is insane. Like, there's rules, there's regulations. Like, you belong to a group. You pick your group as long as they accept you, because I was on Ohio time, which is black time. The white guys hated me. They were like, why are you riding with them? And I'm like, because I'm from Ohio. And they were like, well, you're white. And I was like, yeah, but I know a bunch of them from the streets, so I'm gonna hang out with my friends. And you guys just don't, we don't fuck with each other. Like, a lot of the white dudes in there are racist, hella racist. They, you know what I mean? They don't associate with the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, the Indians, none of them. You know what I mean? Like, they stick together and they just say just racist shit, and like, I'm not with that. You know what I mean? I grew up in the motherfucking ghetto. You know what I mean? I got black family. I got black blood. I got blood family members who are black. It's not no cousin, fucking adopted, fucking marriage, none of that shit. I was born into this. You know what I mean? Like, I've never in my life been racist at all. You know what I mean? I treat everybody with respect, and I demand it back. You know what I mean? I don't. It's just really not my way of living. And as soon as I got there off rip, that was kind of like what I was faced with. Like, you're either gonna be with us, or you're not gonna fuck with us at all. And I was like, well, not fucking with you for 300, please, because why? I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to do that. So I'm hanging out with all the heartless felons and all the people from Lorain, where I'm from, and Elyria, and Lorain County in general. That we had a big ass clique in there, but I was pretty much the only white guy in my pod after I got moved to where all my people were. So I mean, the federal holding was cool. The shit was crazy. I seen motherfuckers get killed, stabbed. I seen someone get hit with a lock so fucking hard on the top of their head that their entire fucking head just split open, and their fucking just skull was cracked open, and fucking, it was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've seen a lot of shit. And the whole time I was in prison, I probably seen like 4 people just get killed, just dead. You know what I mean? For not even that much. Like words. Dead. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen The Dictator, but anyway, yeah, that shit's crazy. Fucking, but the feds, you got your group, and your group controls everything. Like, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go work out. That's our weight pit. On Wednesdays and Fridays, we go to the yard and we cook a meal for everybody. Everybody comes and they pitch in, and if you don't, you get violated. Like, violations can be anything. Violations could be fucking, it's like football practice. Like, oh, you fucked up, go run 10 laps. They're gonna be like, all right, bro, you gotta run 10 laps. Like, man, hold the fuck up. You want me to run 10 laps for what? Like, oh, bro, you've been lacking on the workout. You gotta run 10 laps. Like, I mean, all right, because if you don't, like, it's you can be a hard ass. No, hell no, blah blah blah. But you're gonna get completely destroyed by everybody in your own car, your own people. They're gonna, all right, well, wow, stab you up and then fucking send you off. Next yard, have fun. Don't do that there. They're gonna do it again. And it's not a huge prison system. There's a lot of people in the feds, but everyone has ties with each other. Like, everyone has ties with each other. It's more like, say if I would have been sent off, I'd have got to my new yard and they'd have been like, where'd you come from? I'd have told them, what car are you in? Ohio. They'd have called the shot caller in my car, and they'd have figured out everything that I did while I was there and what I'm about, and this, that, the third. If I did something shitty, or if I robbed someone and checked in and went to a new yard, then they would know and they would take care of it. Like, prison's crazy, man. Fucking for real. But I have millions and millions of stories about the feds and prison. I'll definitely tell more in other videos, but I'm just trying to get this little thing wrapped up. I'm already at 15 minutes, so anyway, so I got out of prison, and before I could even hit the street, I'm arrested because I had warrants here in Ohio. I was in prison in Detroit. So I'm like, man, fuck, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, well, I knew I had warrants, so it wasn't really a surprise to me, but I was really hoping I could just go home and turn myself in and, you know, get a little time out. But I mean, it didn't happen that way. I ended up having to go to Washtenaw County, Michigan, to wait for Ohio to come get me. And Washtenaw County wasn't anything crazy. It was probably one of like the most chill county jails in the country. Like, people were like, the COs there are like, oh, you just came out the feds, they're like, you're gonna love it here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna love it here. But it was pretty cool. I got fucking tablets, I had my own cell, I have a TV shot, big ass 65 inch. I could sit there and watch TV on my bed, fucking work out, watch TV and shit. Like, it was cool. But so Ohio comes and gets me, and I get to Lorain County, and I get arraigned for my charges, and I had to sit a month before finally realizing he's not giving me a personal bond. I was hoping and praying I was gonna get a personal, but then I finally had to pay $2,500 to get out of jail. And after just doing 2.5 years in prison, like, this shit it was crazy to me. Like, but once I got out, got picked up by another city, had to go spend the night in Westlake jail and didn't bond out. They found me guilty on drug possession and just waived all my fines and whatnot, because it's 2.5 years before this it happened, you know what I mean? And I just went to prison and I'm clean now and all this shit. So they're like, all right, whatever. So I get out, I see my daughter, I see my friends, a couple of my friends, not all my friends, but you know what I mean? I see my family. It was crazy. I almost couldn't sleep, honestly. Like, it was so crazy being free after all that time. Like, it was like, it's still surreal to me. Like, I'm in 2 days later I came to sober living. No one forced me to come to sober living. I just, you know what I mean? I gotta make sure I stay on the right track. And coming here, I've heard nothing but good things. I believe that this here is probably the best thing for me at the moment until I can get my shit together and get my own spot. I gotta get a job. Ain't no more selling drugs. You know what I mean? I'm on federal probation for 3 years. So that's for the birds. Ain't gonna be none of that bullshit. And being here, I go to AA meetings 2 times a day. Like, and I'm learning so much. Like, I'm just like seeing and hearing these people's stories and relating it to my own life it's crazy, because it's I would have been in the same places as them or dead if I wouldn't have went to prison. You know what I mean? Like, prison was kind of probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because it sat me down and made me realize you no longer are allowed to be acting like an asshole. Like, you are getting a second chance. Like, they tried to give me 20 years mandatory when I first got there, and after a little bit of investigation, they figured out they couldn't. Like, it was they were gonna that was their 100% plan, and I'm still grateful to this day that I didn't get those 20 years, because you guys would not be looking at me right now. I would be sitting in a fucking prison somewhere, working out with the Ohio guys and fucking eating soups and fish. Like, I'm still eating soups and fish. I kind of like soups and fish. Fucking pink salmon, mackerels, tuna steak with Thai chili sauce. What, man? I'll teach y'all some shit about some fish. But anyway, so here I am at sober living, and I just been sitting here, and I was like, I really want to make a podcast. Like, I want to get my story out. I want to promote soberness. I want any one of my friends who has a problem, I'm not in the position to be able to help at the moment, as in like give advice, but I could definitely steer you in the right place to, you know, get started. And like just the sober living and sober mindset is just so awesome for me to have right now. It's kind of like I never expected to be completely sober. I never seen a want to be completely sober. I figured I'm at least gonna smoke some bud or drink some beers and shit, but this completely sober and planning life completely sober sounds better and better every day. Like, there is nothing I want more than to just be a better person. I want to right my wrongs, and I want to I wanna get back on my bike. I wanna have fun, sober fun, and I wanna be successful. And other than that, there's really nothing else I can think about that I want to do right now. Like, I don't have everything figured out. I'm going to figure it out though. Like, the longer and longer I think about it, the more ideas and plans I'm gonna get. It took me a week to fucking film this video right here. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about, so I just kind of said, fuck it, I'm gonna talk about me and my story so far. You know what I mean? And that's really, I guess, if you're never gonna get nowhere if you don't try. So this is my try. This is the first of many. Trust me, this is kind of, I hope this is gonna be the most boring podcast I ever make, because I want to talk about just random topics, and I want to geek, and I want to have friends on with me, and I want to just, I don't know, I want to make good content. I want to make other people laugh. I want to make other people smile. I want to see people who are stoked on me. I want to see people support and like and share and fucking all that shit. Like, why not? You know what I mean? All I do all day is watch YouTube videos anyway. Why not make my own? You know what I mean? I used to make what are those called? Webisodes and vlogs, which I'm definitely trying to do that shit still, but I'm not gonna just make a vlog walking around a church at a sober house. Like, I'll probably do it at a skate park or anything, you know what I mean? Go on a trip and vlog that, anything. But at the moment I can't do that. But I definitely wanna get my opinions out there. And I wanna tell stories. Like, right now I'm not really telling too many stories. I'm just kinda explaining things. But definitely the next video, I think I'm going to put some prison stories, a couple topics, and I think I'm gonna get my roommate Matt to do it with me, because Matt is the funniest, realist. Like, he doesn't talk. He talks because he's right. He's funny as hell. He knows what he's talking about, and he's got some crazy stories too. Like, we're all ex-addicts and all ex-alcoholics and shit. Like, talk to any ex-addict or even current addict, anybody. You talk to someone who is in the drug scene or the alcohol scene or anything like that, they're gonna have fucking stories for days. Literally just nonstop, you know? And that's kind of like, I'm gonna get some shit going for real. Like, I don't know, I feel like to the point where I'm just like rambling, so I'm gonna end it. And if you fuck with it, man, fucking just share. Fucking take the link and post it on Facebook. Fucking like, if you have a YouTube account, subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really to the point where I know all the tips and tricks about doing this shit, but I'm gonna learn. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely trying to get into where I get it down. I'm trying to fix editing and fucking all this. Like, I'm gonna keep going, you know what I mean? But at the moment right now, this is kind of just my story. And thank you for watching. And fucking like, subscribe, fucking do whatever you gotta do, share, fucking let's make this motherfucking bread. Later.